So Darshan, kindly switch, mute your mic. Darshan. Priyadarshini, mute your mic. Students, video mute பண்ணுங்க. Hari Krishnamurthy, mute your audio. Yeah, good morning. Noor Sophia, you can start.
Yes, sir. Be willing to be a beginner every single morning because the beginning is always today. Good morning to one and all present here. Prestigious SMS CAS management team, respected principal Dr. M. Ilamparidi sir, ICT Academy team members, ICT Academy coordinators Mr. Lakshmi Kant, the guest of honor Mr. Rees Emmanuel, head of all the departments, all the teachers, and my dear fellow mates. On the behalf of Computer Science Stream, Student Academic Association Tech Quiz, I welcome you all for the virtual power seminar on Industry 4.0 post COVID 19.
A leader takes people where they want to go. A great leader takes people where they don't necessarily want to go, but talk to be. I request our great leader, the principal of our college, Dr. M. Ilamparthi sir, to extend an amiable welcome to everyone.
A very good afternoon to all. Power Seminar is the digital initiative by Sky Campus, which is also a digital initiative of ICT Academy of Tamil Nadu. On behalf of SMS College of Arts and Science and ICT Academy Coimbatore Wing, I feel privileged to welcome you all to this virtual seminar, which we expect to bring a new area of teaching and non-tactics on an entirely digitalized industry. We have been surrounded by advanced technologies commonly known as Industry 4.0, which are transforming every aspect of our life as well as the entire manufacturing process, has got a revolution with continuous digitalization, with an impact on changing the life cycle in industry as well as daily life. I feel honored to welcome today's resource person, Mr. Rees Emmanuel, Senior Manager, Maxter Digital Private Limited, Chennai, to illustrate and to provide the resources that are expected to be known by young generation of this digital world. It is a glorious moment to extend my warm wishes and appreciation to the Mr. S. Dhanaraj, Head Department of Computer Science, for organizing and inducing such inspirational webinar as per the need of the hour. I'm glad to welcome all the faculty members and my dear students to this webinar who might be targeted to take as much knowledge as possible out of this webinar. I'm extremely hopeful that this webinar is also going to be a great success like every other webinar of our colleges. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir. Things work out best for those who make the best of things, of how things work out. I call upon the head of our department, Mr. S. Dhanaraj sir, to introduce the chief guest.
Good afternoon. Today's chief guest is Emmanuel sir. So at present he is working as a senior manager, a Master Digital Private Limited, Chennai. He completed his BE degree at Anna University and MBA HR at the University of Madras. So he has more than 50 years of experience in the field of HR, as well as his area of specialization includes business enabler, performance appraisal management, HR policies and procedure, orientation and onboarding, training and development, organization development, employee relations, benefits administration, HR program, project management, campus hiring, etc. So definitely this session will be an eye opener for all of us. So I don't want to take much of your time. So I hand over the session to Rees Emmanuel sir. Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. So I would like to take this opportunity to thank the college and the ICT Academy for giving me this opportunity to kind of have a talk with all of the students in terms of the various aspects that's happening around the industry. So without further delay, probably I'll start off directly. I'll get into the session. Probably we'll try to make it a little more interactive towards the end of the session with all the questions. And whatever that I would be able to clarify, I can do it from my end. Okay, so I have got a small presentation. So probably I'll just share that to you from my screen. So you should be able to see a presentation on your screen. Okay, so Industry 4.0, so the fourth revolution, right? Like, so what is it all about? So, IT has definitely gone through a lot of transformations, not only the IT, I would say, across all verticals and industries. So irrespective of the domain and vertical, there's been a lot of changes across the industry. So that being said, what is upcoming actually? So that's something that I wanted to kind of showcase for you to understand. So what will be the one that will be required? So this is one major thing that you do, because there's a lot of changes that has happened from various technical stack from the tech standpoint, I would say. But these are certain things that's going to be revolving around in whatever industry or vertical that we pick up in today's world, which is like the AI, the artificial intelligence, IoT, robotics, or cloud. So again, these are all interwoven as well. No? Probably a combination of any of these would be used in every industry to automate or go to the next level, so as to go from an economical standpoint or from various standpoints to have that growth in an industry. So this is going to be the next revolution, which is going to be seen, which has already started to take place, I would say, from my experience that I have seen. Personally, prior to this, I was working with Cheran and AppyWex. It's more of a networking company where it literally automates the security to that level. So that is what it is. So if anyone wants to kind of get into these kind of areas, you need to start focusing on this. So this is going to be the primary thing that you need to start focusing, especially AI, IoT, or robotics and cloud. So again, it's depending upon your skill set. That is also very, very important. So I'll talk about that as well in the upcoming slides. But that's one thing that you can see. Now, coming to the other aspect, like how the situation around us. Typically, if you see the number of startups, as you see, it has grown exponentially. Year on year, the number of startups that's been increasing in India and across the globe, it is really on the rise. So this is one recent statistic that I pulled out from one of the survey, which says like more than 6,000 startups were funded. More than 6,000 startups, and like close to 80,000 different startups were registered in the last couple of years in India. So that's the volume that we're talking about in terms of industry that's been growing. So again, when you see this industries, which sector do they belong to? So that's one thing that I've shown here, which is the fintech, the e-commerce, the SaaS space, software as a service, pharma, biotech, consumer discrimination, all those things. Like there's different verticals that's actually really coming up from a startup per se, I would say. So what do we need to do as students? Like how are we going to be upskilling ourselves? So that's the primary goal that we really need to think in terms of being the futuristic, right? You can't still stick on to the same old skill and you can say that I'll be getting a job with that. So that's not the case. So we need to be very aggressive in terms of getting the right opportunity in the right sector. So for that, you need to have the industry awareness. Now, what are we really heading towards to? So that is one reason I kind of showed you this, so that you can be really clearly focused on what specific domain and vertical that you really want to be focusing on. Since it's more of an arts and science, again, you might be having certain passion. I know many of the students probably would have wanted to study something else, and because of unavailability of seat or the pressure from parents or relatives, you would have chosen a different stream or altogether, right? But still, end of the day, irrespective of whatever stream that you are currently in, it is how you as probably would have wanted to pick up that skill, study something for the role. So that is what is primarily important for the pressure from parents fetch you a job. You would have chosen a different stream or altogether. So coming to the growth, definitely yes, the COVID has changed a lot of things around the world. You as an individual, people have literally gone in a different way altogether. We at Maxter also, we have grown. Now people fetch you a job, even touch the newspapers and magazines. So coming to the growth, definitely sales also has increased, changed a lot of things around the world. People have because people wanted to go to the different ways. We at Maxter also, that's how the market scattered across newspapers and magazines because of this COVID. So that's but still, in spite of all that COVID and other things, what experts say is there's going to be a lot because people wanted to go for the e-version. The educational technology, the edtech market, the market is already seeing a lot of things have changed. So this is again a prediction across the globe. Right from all this COVID and other things, what as you see, there's a lot of automation that's already happened, and people literally sit at a home and the educational technology. Children have started learning from home, and likewise, even the experts. This is again a prediction across the globe. Companies like us and a lot of corporates could have gone to a lot of e-learning versions, just like through online through Una Academy or Linda, Udemy, Coursera, like that. There's a lot of courses where education technology, even education is literally available, like even in the tip of a hand. That's how it has gone to. That's one particular sector that's really learning versions. Just like likewise, the SaaS market. I recently saw an article. I think most of you have also read. Like, so there's a lot of courses where education technology, probably application is literally available. A lot of companies at the tip of a hand. That's how it has grown. That's one particular sector that's really going to see an increase. Likewise, the SaaS market. I recently saw an article. I think most of you have also read. I guess.
Yes, sir. Nawaz, can you mute your mic? Nawaz,
Capital of SaaS. So a lot of
Nawaz, the mic is mute. Right side.
Yeah,
Sir, you can continue.
Yes, thanks. So, yeah, SaaS is again another area. You have a lot of
Yes,
companies
sir.
like that.
Nawaz, can you
I
mute your
think
mic?
you guys not need to know what SaaS is, like what companies are those. But still, yeah, if you need clarification on that, you can let me know. I'll
Sir, you can continue.
Like what the e-commerce sector also, yeah, SaaS is again another area. So there's a list of markets. I think you guys but you know what you to kind of pick up that area, and but still, yeah, if you need clarification, exploring that, I would say. So now, given this e-commerce, given at least it's going to be 4-5 slides ahead, spoken about, the list gives you a picture of all the post-COVID that's going to be. So it's not going to be the similar kind of layoff, pay cuts, exploring that. A lot of people actually literally. So now, given this